Hey Gemini, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't. If I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, you can check your other major placements. If I do catch your storyline or wavelength on this reading, there will be an extended over on Vimeo for you if you would like. Yes, so without further ado, we're going to start with a traditional tarot spread with traditional tarot cards. On the extended, we'll explore the oracle decks. All right, Gemini. Overall for the reading, Queen of Cups. Someone's got a lot of feelings. They may not be sharing them. They may not be, they're really in their feelings. They're processing their feelings. This could be you. This could be someone else. As a court card, it reads as a person and not just a situation or a vibe. So there's a person. To me, the queens are very internally focused. They're very much about the inner universe, the inner landscape. And cups is going to be about emotion. So somebody here is feeling a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings. They may be sharing some of parts of it. They may not be sharing some parts of it. There may be some shadowy issues that they're dealing with. There may be some, maybe love, maybe a little bit of transparency. But they're exploring them, exploring their feelings. They're in their feelings. They may be trying to sort them out. They may be trying to sort of, figure out what they're feeling and why. So we have the overall reading of someone with some big feelings that are probably just below the surface here, not really sharing quite a bit, but definitely feeling them all the way, and they're on their mind. So queens can be male or female. Someone here with some big emotions, some big feelings, and they've come up in a way that's forefront in their mind. And they're either dealing with them in some way. They may be dealing with them, sorting through them, figuring them out, or they may be dealing with them by taking them out on others, but not necessarily talking about the actual feelings, but you probably see the results of that. So that could be you, though. That could be someone else. Gemini, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Oh, it could be you with these big feelings you're not sharing or talking about. Oh, could be about a relationship. A lot of cups here, just a couple of cups. So this could be about an emotional journey you're on, a relationship, something like that overall here. And overall, we also have like an adjustment period and looking back in the future. It's a back to the future vibe here. Looking back at things that have happened and how you've dealt with them. So in your recent past, we have Knight of Coins here. Knight of Coins, a lot of planning, a vision, seeing something, but not a lot of movement, not a lot of communication. So in the past, someone may not have been communicating much, if anything at all, not really moving forward at all. The Knight of Coins, it's someone very strong. It could be a person, could be you, could be someone else, male or female. It represents a person. And this person is, they don't want to move forward, or they will talk to you when they're good and ready to talk to you. You will be in the waiting room and they will come and get you when they're ready for you. Kind of vibe I'm getting off of here today. They have a plan. They have ideas. They don't want to they did not want to execute them in the past. They didn't want to move forward. The Knight of Coins moves forward very slow and steady. And I feel like this Knight of Coins really wants control over the pacing. They want to control the pacing. They have in the past wanted it to be their way. They'll move, they'll take their next step when they are ready to take their next step. Do not rush them. That's how they feel. Do not rush me. Even their dog's getting a little impatient. So someone was moving really slowly back here, and maybe people around them were getting impatient, but they were very stubborn. The Knight of Coins is stubborn, slow moving. When they do make a move, they mean it, but it can be a little frustrating to watch someone just with these plans, with these dreams, but no intention or maybe even ability to move forward on them. Just stopped, stalled. Current situation, we have Two of Cups though. So there is now some sharing going on here, where before someone was bottled up, didn't want to share, we're going to talk about it when they wanted to talk about it. When they were ready, they were going to take a step. But Two of Cups talks about kindred spirit, soulmate. I want to be careful how I use that, but a kindred spirit, something that really was someone, or possibly something, but someone where you can really share something. So maybe it was somebody else that wouldn't move, and then you found somebody to share with currently. Or maybe it's with this person, they finally did move, and now there's some free sharing. But Two of Cups is a really beautiful energy. There's lots of love. There's lots of shared emotions, stories. I imagine like one of those things where you can talk all night to this person, and there's a lot of sharing going on. Maybe some darker things might have come up, but this could be a conversation. This could be a whole relationship. There's just a meeting of, not necessarily the minds, a meeting of the hearts, really, and some communion with another. And then on your mind, your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, is this Temperance card. Temperance is about being in two worlds, is about an adjustment period. Things coming together, opposites sort of blending, time. It talks about time, right? So here we had this Knight of Coins not moving. We have some beautiful relating going on here. And then, but what's on your mind is timing again, like, which goes back to this Knight of Coins, this stopped time. And this Temperance here is about adjustment periods. To me, Temperance also talks about time, timing, things taking the time that they take, you maybe needing a time to adjust to something. And somehow you're either worried that something's taking too long, or you're hoping something's going to the timing's going to be good. You're hoping for divine timing. Maybe you're hoping for messages while you wait for this adjustment. It's like something needs to be blended. It's like making, stiff peaks in your egg whites. It's going to take the time it takes. And then as it's getting there, you're like, did I do something wrong? Were the egg whites not chilled? Did water get in this? Are my egg whites ever going to stiffen? What's going on here? There's like something that takes a process here. And you have to, there's something that takes a process, and you have to, and you're waiting for it to gel. And so you're thinking about, like, how long does this process take? How long am I going to be beating these egg whites? Did I do everything right? But it's about being in two different worlds, two places, two things coming together. So it could be this Two of Cups. We've had a connection. Well, how long is it going to take for this connection to really gel? How long is it going to take for us to adjust and get used to each other? How long is it going to take, right? We have the Two Cups here, and they're sipping. They each have their own cup. But now we're thinking about blending these cups. So how does that work? How are we going to blend these cups? Maybe we're thinking about blending families, or blending goals, or blending something. So this is a blender. This is our mixer of the deck. And our cocktail mixer, and she's taking the bitters and the simple syrups, and she's mixing them all together to something that is hopefully going to be delicious and palatable. But we've got to mix these two elements together. So you're thinking about mixing, like you right now, you both have your own cup, but what if we join the cups? What if we joined forces? What if we, if this was a work reading, what if we joined our projects together? What if we joined our lives together more? How would that work? What would that look like? So that's what you're thinking about. What's the issue? Seven of Wands, but it's in reverse. So someone's really not standing up for themselves. They're not defending what they want. So this other person could be being quiet. Well, we've got this Queen of Cups here. So they have something, they have their own intuition, they have their own idea, but they're really not, they might not be speaking up about it. They might not be defending it. They might be upset about something, but not talking about it. Not really, somebody here, it could be you too, just not defending your ground, not standing your ground, not making space for what you want, right? Especially with this blending, we can have over blended lives, over interdependent lives, right? There's like a dream of working together, of being on a team together, of blending our lives. And then there's like, but I'm not getting what I want and what I need here. But this person's also not making space for that themselves. They're not speaking up. They're not, there could be like some over enmeshment of goals, or that's a danger, especially if we have someone that feels a lot and doesn't speak, or is not making space for what they want in their life. This could just be not making space for what you want. Like, so with this Two of Cups followed by this Temperance, with these cups being blended, it almost looks like there's an enmeshment here that and someone is seeing and knows what they want, how they want to separate and differentiate from this union or this connection, but they're not saying anything about it. And I get that from both the Queen of Cups and this. They might not be speaking up. And that's something that they need to know how to do, whether that's you or somebody else. It's hard to be in a relationship both as the person that cannot speak up and also as the person that's waiting for someone to speak up but can't read their mind. So so there could be some, like someone's upset and they don't want to defend themselves. They don't want to come out with it. They're not going to make space for that. This isn't healthy adult interaction. Like this would be unpleasant, but hey, at least you're standing up for what you believe in. You're making sure you believe something different than, if you believe something different than the people around you, you're not really letting them bully you, or you're convinced of your worth. And here's someone that may not feel convinced of their worth, and that it's okay for them to have a different point of view. It's okay for them to have a different vantage point, and it's okay to, they may not be feeling like it's okay to stand up and make space for what they want. It's like maybe you're planning a trip with somebody and they really want to go do a certain thing, but they're not telling you, and then the whole trip's getting planned and no space is being made for what they wanted to do on that trip. So here we have in your environment, Ace of Swords. So in your environment, there is the beginning of, this can be an epiphany, an understanding. Someone may be having an understanding. Something in your environment may trigger an epiphany, may trigger an understanding. This is really being able to see something very clearly and being able to talk about something, getting those words out, the initial words. So someone may have, but it's just the ace. It's not like this full confrontation or anything. Someone may just be, I want to say the ace feels really small here, even though we have this like divine angel coming in with a sword. But what I feel like is it might be hints. There's also an olive branch here. Someone might be laying hints or leaving hints for you or trying to communicate, but it's at the beginning here. It's just the initial statement or the initial thing. So there's something that's beginning. It could be communication. It could be understanding. So an epiphany, either almost like a verbal epiphany, like someone starting a conversation, someone approaching you about something, about their truth, about what they see or what they want, something that they're thinking. They're either approach. So it's like either an epiphany and it's coming through someone's mouth. They're revealing something, they're exposing something to you, they're telling you what they really think, or they're trying to start a conversation about what they really think. Or it's an epiphany where you get something in your environment, whether it be another person or something else, like some movie you watch or something you realize almost out of the blue, an epiphany coming in. But there's something in your environment that's bringing it. There's something about where you're at that has an initial piece of information for you. There's an attempt to communicate here, an attempt to help you realize something and help you see something, which is great, because with these two here, someone having a lot of feels and not really feeling entitled to, and this could be you, someone having a lot of feels and not really feeling entitled to defend that, or that they have a right to those feelings. So someone might be coming in here. Someone might ask, if this is you, someone might be like, hey, what's up? They might create an opening, and you might, realize, oh, they actually do want to know what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. Or if this is somebody else, they could be coming to you and initiating a conversation about what they think. Your to-do list. What you're looking to interact with, right? We're not forcing ourselves to do this. We're just looking for the moment when that makes sense, or, oh, yeah, I do kind of need to process some feelings. So there's processing some disappointment, some losses. This is the grief process. This is something that needs to be grieved. Maybe needs to be shared and talked about. Look, there's this supportive person here, and it could be this other supportive person that you've met, where you have this mutual support. You may actually need them to help you with this grief process, right? You may end up with these 2 cups, but see, there's 3 cups up. These 2 cups may have been spilled. So this actually may have been a connection, and you may need to grieve its loss. If it's gone, if it goes, you need to grieve it. But also we have with these 2 cups, this now can be a full set of full cups. So there's a possibility here for full healing. But first we kind of got to clean up this mess here and clean up what's been lost, and really grieve for something. And this person here may be able, it looks like you might actually have some support through this. You might have someone that does want to share this with you, does want to support you through this. And it doesn't have to necessarily be one person. It may be several different people that can play their role and their part in supporting. This could also be a therapist that helps you and holds space for you while you deal with some sort of grief process, something that's been lost. So that's what you need to do. That's your role in this situation, is dealing with something that went wrong before, or something that was lost, dealing with something in the past, and allowing support for that. But there is like this potential for a wholeness to be restored. But first we've got to clean up or process or deal with the spilled milk already, what's already happened, what's already been lost. Possible outcome is judgment. So judgment is the second to the last card in the deck. And this talks about like resurrection and sort of that life review thing. So we're not necessarily talking about resurrection and life review. You're sitting at the gates with St. Peter and you're discussing your whole life flashes before your eyes. It's not necessarily that, but it is sort of how I view this card is at the end of a book, at the end of a story, at the end of a situation, we've got the book club questions at the end. So what did you think of that? How do you think so-and-so responded to that? So kind of some review, right? And then here we're dealing with some sort of grief from the past. And here we're getting an opportunity for understanding. This is an epiphany, and this can be an epiphany about the past. A clearer understanding of what went on here, about how these cups got spilled, what happened. A clearer understanding and some clarity on how to move forward, how to do something different in the future. So this is like sort of, we're at the end of some sort of chapter here. Something has been lost, something has ended, and there's grief here. And now we're getting an opportunity. Well, how would we have dealt with that differently? How do you want to deal with this type of thing going forward? There's an opportunity to sort of fix it for the future, or to make a different choice, or to review the choices you had in the past. Both of these have you sort of reviewing and dealing with something that happened in the past. And coming to a better, clearer understanding, a better understanding of how it could be dealt with. Maybe you like how you dealt with it. Maybe it was fine. Maybe you would do the exact same thing again, given the same circumstances. Or maybe you realize now that there was a different way to handle this. There's a different way to deal with this. So this could be the epiphany. Someone could be letting you know, I needed you to deal with that in a different way. I need something different here. And then this is your opportunity to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I didn't realize that. Here, this is what I want to do differently in the future for you. So it's almost like an apology or something, some sort of truth is revealed. You sort of process that truth, deal with it, feel bad about it, and then sort of really think about and commit to how you want to deal with something differently in the future. All right, Gemini, if that resonated with you, made sense for you, you're welcome to join me over on Vimeo. If not, that's fine too, and I will see you in a couple weeks. So have a good time with this.